All right, we are at our final conversation. And I love, Felipe, your last comment around investing, whether it makes money, whether it is successful, box office, whatnot, as far as raising money from communities. That is incredibly important. And speaking of raising money from communities, we are bringing to the stage, I'm very excited to announce, we have Everette Taylor, who is the CEO of Kickstarter. Very excited. Come on, give it up. Give it up. There we go. As well as Taylor K. Shaw Omachonu, who is the head of film outreach from Kickstarter. And yes, and interviewed by Okla Jones, who's the senior entertainment editor of Essence. And if you know what's happening with Kickstarter and Tubi, again, really interesting models of funding and distribution are happening. So I would love to welcome them to the stage. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. As she said, my name is Okla Jones. I am the senior entertainment editor for Essence Magazine. And I'm really excited about this conversation today with Everette Taylor, the CEO of Kickstarter, and Taylor K. Shaw Omachonu, who leads Kickstarter's film outreach. We're here to talk today about something that feels very real for filmmakers today, especially independent and emerging creators who are hearing no more than ever. No to funding, no to distribution, no to taking risk on new voices. This is what makes today's conversation so timely. The newly launched Kickstarter and Tubi partnership and the Film Stream Collective Fund is a collaboration designed to create a clearer pathway from crowdfunding to distribution. So Taylor, I want to start with you. For anyone who's just hearing about this for the first time, what is the Film Stream Collective Fund, and what problem are you trying to solve for filmmakers right now?
Yeah, so first off, hey everybody. We're really excited to be sharing more about this partnership. Film Stream Collective is something that Everette has brought to Kickstarter, where we are partnered with Tubi on helping you all get both funding and distribution on their platform for your films. We were really excited with the launch of this program last year because 10 filmmakers got grants that were allocated to their Kickstarter campaigns and then exclusive distro with Tubi, and 11 more filmmakers also got their films on Tubi. And so overall, this partnership is an opportunity, one, for you all to get additional funding for your films, to get distribution for your films, greater visibility for them, and earn revenue.
Everett?
What's up, everybody? Yeah. So one person did a woo when they said my name. I just want to say I appreciate you. Yeah, this was something that was like a love child for me. I'm genuinely passionate about film. This is my 4th year at Sundance. Like, film is a huge part of my life since I've been a child, and supporting indie filmmakers is just a passion of mine. But I saw, the issues around distribution coming to Sundance and seeing films not get bought or being able to be distributed. And the number one thing that I was hearing from our filmmakers were, yes, we're raising money, we can shoot our film, but how do we monetize and distribute our films after? And Tubi just made a lot of sense for us. One, their CEO is rock star killer. I love her, Anjali, and they're the fastest growing, streaming platform, right? And I love that their mission is so aligned with Kickstarter because it is free, it's accessible to anybody. So that's something that is really, really important to me, and I think is important to the filmmakers that we work with. And so it was just a natural synergy between Tubi's mission, our mission, and we made it happen pretty fast.
So this partnership is intentionally not traditional. Kickstarter isn't taking a fee, and the model is designed to be more equitable for filmmakers. Why was it important for you to approach distribution differently, and what does equitable mean in practice for filmmakers?
Yeah, so for you all that don't know, Kickstarter is a for-profit, but we are a public benefit corporation. And so we don't maximize maximize for profits, we maximize for impact, which makes us a very different organization. And for us, we already know the struggle for filmmakers to monetize their films, how hard it is to even just break even on a film. And so for us, we're not incentivized to try to make as much money or squeeze as much money as we can out of filmmakers. We really want to see them thrive and be successful and continue to be successful over time. And we understand not taking a percentage from the monetization on Tubi is just going to help these filmmakers thrive in a way that, you know, they wouldn't necessarily be able to. I speak to a lot of filmmakers that work with some of the streaming platforms, and they work with organizations that take a cut, like they connect them with these streamers, but then they take valuable cut of their revenue, and we want to make sure that we're maximizing that impact for them. And so for us, we just want to get as many films on the platform as possible. We had the 21 films, but we also had, another like 60 films that were Kickstarter films. The Apprentice just came on today. So we have, you know, a slew of Kickstarter films. So we just want to have as much impact as possible. It's not about making money for us.
Yeah, adding to that, I don't know if folks, how many folks have actually in this room gone out for distribution via third-party aggregators or other intermediaries, but they take a big cut. So us sitting here and saying we have no plans to take a cut, our goal is to support.
No, we'll never take a cut as long as I'm CEO.
He said it. So we'll never take a cut, and that's a big deal because it is our intention for our platform to, one, in our 17-year history, we've always helped with funding. Now in us supporting with distribution, the goal is for us to be an end-to-end solution, not just for, you know, the project that you're currently working on, but for the full slate of projects that you're working on.
And I actually want to stay with you too, Taylor. How are you designing the platform and the Tubi partnership to help the filmmakers build an audience, momentum, and leverage from day one?
So Kickstarter has always been a platform for filmmakers to go to for funding. And as the product has continued to grow over the years of our existence, it is the perfect place for you to also build that real relationship and connection with your audience. And today for filmmakers, that is essential. It is essential that you know who the people that you are looking to reach are, and that you have their emails, and that you can keep them up to date on what you're working on so they can support both the current project you're on and the next one and the next one. So that's what the product is designed to do. And the Tubi partnership is great. As Everette said, I mean, Tubi gets over 1 billion hours of watch time from their viewers every month. So that's the type of visibility that we're now exposing our creators to.
Yeah, I want to say one thing too. I know for a lot of filmmakers, Kickstarter can be intimidating, right? Trying to raise money is intimidating, but Kickstarter is really committed to being there for filmmakers. Part of me being here as CEO was really building what we like to call Kickstarter 2.0, which is end-to-end creator support. So now we have a slew of new tools from before you launch your campaign to while you're launching your campaign, till post-campaign, helping you with shipping, taxes, for any rewards that you may have. We wanted to build this out to really professionalize the Kickstarter experience, because we know a lot of filmmakers, they may not be that well-versed in taxes. They may not be well-versed in shipping. They may not be well-versed in how to prepare to launch a campaign. And so we are really focused on helping creators be more successful on the platform and giving them the extra tools. And if you don't know what those tools are, please connect with Taylor. She'll tell you what those tools are, but we've been really, really focused on that. And the second piece is that I'm really focused on building community on the platform, because you see it right now with the social media platforms. Like, you post something and like -2% of your people see it, right? In the early days of Kickstarter, I mean, you know, a lot of people used to get funding from Facebook and Instagram and things like that, and Twitter, or whatever the hell it's called now. And that's changing. And so we want to build kind of that social commerce on the platform, that every time you know that you're launching something, everyone who's ever supported you on Kickstarter is going to get a push notification. It's going to get an email. It's going to be engaged. So you can know that you're tapping into that community every time. And these are the people that actually like you. These aren't the people that just like your photos and don't want to support you. These are the people that genuinely have your back.
And I'm pretty sure you guys talk to a lot of filmmakers. When filmmakers come to you for advice, what's the biggest misconception they have about crowdfunding or building an audience?
There's a few. I will start with the social media is hyper important. You know, folks thinking, oh, I only have 300 people or 1,000 people that follow me. That's actually really great because those folks are likely hyper engaged. And as Everett was saying, they probably really like you and want to support you. They know you personally. So that's really a really key piece.
Yeah, honestly, I tend to see people with larger followings have like overconfidence. They're like, oh, I have 2 million followers on Instagram. Well, does anyone like you? You know what I mean? Does anyone want to actually genuinely support you? It's about the genuine community that you're building. And the other thing I would say, the biggest misconception about Kickstarter is that it's begging for money. Like, I don't want to beg people for money. Listen, filmmaking is fucking hard, all right? Like, you got to do whatever you have to. You have to hustle and make things happen. And we are reward-based crowdfunding. We're not GoFundMe. We're not in the same, you know, no offense to GoFundMe. People use GoFundMe, but oftentimes that's for, like, bad things happening or, like, the house gets burned down. Grandma has cancer. Hopefully no one's grandma has cancer. I'm sorry. But for us, it is reward-based crowdfunding. Like, people actually receive something. They can receive producer credits. They can get tickets to your premiere. We're working on our latest project that just launched. We're working with Fandango to help them sell, you know, pre-sale tickets to theaters for their film. So, you know, we're finding different ways to, you know, make sure that it doesn't feel like, hey, I'm just asking for something. Maybe you can give people merch. You can give people early access to the film. So people are actually getting a reward and actually receiving something for backing what you're doing.
And to that point, what I say to every filmmaker I talk to, and they're like, I don't want to ask people for money. You are giving people an opportunity. You are giving them an invitation to be a part of what you're building. Issa Rae started on the platform. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Nia DaCosta. Anybody saw Hedda, my favorite movie of last year. Chloe Zhao, come on. So it's if
28 years is fire too. I'm just going to say that.
That's true.
Nia's great.
True. So great. And it's not just for another misconception is that Kickstarter is just for early career folks. It is not. We are here with you throughout your career. And if anyone had the opportunity, I've been watching Issa Rae since I was 15 on YouTube. I had the pen, I had everything. I love Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl. If I had the opportunity to have a behind the scenes look or to visit the set of anything that Issa was doing, I would have taken that opportunity. And everybody in this room is hyper talented and is going to continue to create. That's one thing that I love about every filmmaker I speak with. It's not a question of if they're going to create. It's just about where the resource is going to come from. And that's what we're here for.
And so those names that you rattled off, you know, Nia, Issa, Chloe, how does it feel seeing the success that they're having now, knowing that they started on Kickstarter?
It feels great. I have the best job that there is because I speak with so many filmmakers also that I'm like, oh, you're hyper special. And then I try to do the absolute most for them and their success in their film and connect them to different opportunities. Because that's also really what we do. Everett does this a lot personally also is tries to connect filmmakers to, you know, other opportunities. With our platform and really outside of it because again we want to support your career, so just to see all of the amazing talent that continues to connect with Kickstarter through running campaigns. There's a film at Sundance this year, Take Me Home. They ran a campaign for the short on Kickstarter, then they went on to win the Tribeca film grant, $1 million, and now the feature is here. Those stories mean a lot to us.
Everett, in your experience, brother, what has been the biggest challenge that you've seen or heard for filmmakers of color?
Wow, that's a great question. I mean, first of all, being in the film industry is just an incredibly tough industry. I think it just feels that much harder for people of color, Black people. The stories that I hear, and also the regression of the support that Black filmmakers are getting right now. I mean, I called it early in 2020, 2021. I was like, a lot of this is fake, and it was fake. And so I think what a lot of Black filmmakers are reeling from right now is like, oh, you guys were behind us for a quick second, and now you took this away from us. And so I think right now, a lot of Black filmmakers that I speak to are really trying to like, take a step back and really get adjusted to the new normal, which was actually the old normal, again. And so, that's something that I've been passionate about. Like Taylor knows this, like I give not way too much money. I give a lot of money to Black filmmakers. Taylor was always like, "Hey, check this film out." I was like, "All right, boom." So I'm putting my money where my mouth is and trying to support them as much as I can. But that's why Tubi was so important to me, because I knew how well Black filmmakers do on Tubi, right? Like that, these things are intentional. Of course, Tubi works for all filmmakers, but I knew that Tubi was invested in Black filmmakers, and that was something that was really important to me personally. I knew that building out the tools and resources that we've been building out, people are becoming more and more successful on Kickstarter. Our success rate is steadily climbing, and these are by being intentional about that. And I know the things that I'm doing to support Black filmmakers will support filmmakers as a whole.
And the Tubi partnership, if you all have an opportunity to check out the 80 plus films that have been Kickstarter backed, you'll see films with Pedro Pascal, Ariana DeBose, Jenny Slate, as Everett said, The Apprentice now with Jeremy Strong and Sebastian Stan. So as you think about, I think for all the filmmakers in the room, as you think about how you get your full slate made, you can always consider for each project, what role could Kickstarter play in that, and then also what role now you have a new partner in helping you get distribution. So in what role could we be supportive to you, because we're here.
Why Tubi? Like why Tubi, not a different streaming platform? Like, what was it about Tubi that?
Well, one, I truly believe in Anjali, who's the CEO. Like, I think she's a very mission-aligned person. She did incredible work at Vimeo, and then she went over to Tubi. And so we just hit it off, and we were very much aligned. And when I looked at just the progression of Tubi, and I saw how they were growing, and they're a little bit of the underdog as well, right? And like have a bit of that underdog spirit. But I saw things like their investment in Detroit, their investment in Black filmmakers. That's something that was near and dear to my heart. I love the fact that, I have family members that love Tubi because they can just access the films that they want, and they have such an underrated library of films, and they were growing so rapidly. So for me, the democratization that I truly dream about, I feel like Tubi really represents that. I think that we also, it was a symbiotic relationship because I think we can bring a lot of quality to Tubi, right? And it felt like something that was equally beneficial for both platforms, where something like a Netflix might be like, no offense to Netflix, I think Netflix is amazing, but they're in a much different position than a Tubi, but also just the audience that they have. I think, Tubi reached over like 100 million monthly users. I think Hulu only had 55 million subscribers annually. So just the scale of Tubi, and they still have a lot of ways to grow from an international standpoint. So I think it's a platform that we can grow together and really support these filmmakers. I wake up every single day, like, this is a passion of mine, so I'm constantly thinking of ways how we can support people, support their dreams. I mean, being here at Sundance, seeing the filmmakers in the room, hearing from the filmmakers, this is what gets me going every day. So we're going to continue to, have these partnerships, get these resources. We're here for you. Anytime you need me, I'm e@kickstarter.com. You can reach out to me anytime. I'm accessible. We're here for you.
I love that. If there are a lot of filmmakers in this room, if there's one emerging filmmaker in this room that wanted to launch a campaign tomorrow, what's one practical step that you would tell them to focus on first?
Your mailing list. Have a list of everybody that you believe supports you, and also folks that you've come across who may want to support you in the future, and directly connect with them, letting them know what your campaign is, like who you are if they don't know, but what you are about, what the film is about, and asking them directly for their support.
I would say, stay bathed in humility. Filmmaking is hard. Crowdfunding is hard. As much as, I love crowdfunding, it's not something that's easy, And so you got to have a marketing plan. You have to be ready to grind. This is not something that's easy, but our dreams are not easy, but they're worth it. So just be ready to grind. Be ready to go into action. Don't come from a humble place. Don't be too proud to like reach out to your community, your family, anybody that you need, because what you all are doing is incredibly brave. So don't stop being brave with crowdfunding, right? Continue to embrace that bravery that you have as filmmakers, because you inspire so many people, and what you all are creating needs to be seen. So just keep going.
Well, thank you, Everette and Taylor, for sharing not just the what, but the why behind this work, and for reimagining how filmmakers can move from idea to audience. And I want to thank you all for being here and being part of this conversation at Pole Focus. Hope you guys enjoy Sundance. Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you could just leave those on the chairs. Thank you. Weren't they amazing? Isn't this exciting? Thank you. Seriously, this is so exciting. Thank you. And thank you for your passion for filmmakers and for really putting your money where your mouth is. Exactly. We thought we'd put this up here too. But aren't you guys excited about that? I mean, that's not just money, but it's also a whole model of distribution. I mean, this to me is just the way to close Pole Focus, because there is so much hope. There are so many new technologies available to us. There's so much community available to us. And for those who were here yesterday on the first night, we had Manny with films talking about films on Tubi. I mean, there is a full ecosystem. We've covered communities. We've covered the hero's journey. We've covered fans. And I hope you all have enjoyed it. I hope this is a good start to your Sundance Film Festival. And now it's time to return with the Elixir, which will happen in the lounge. And we have a cocktail hour for you in the lounge. Now, one quick thing is, if you plan to come to the Kerry Washington event, which is at 5 o'clock right here, then definitely head to the lounge and we will find you when it is time to come back. But it will be Kerry Washington, a few other amazing people like Kamau Bell talking about democracy. Until then, off to your cocktails. Thank you so much for coming.